Third lawsuit has been filed in the raid at the Marion County Record. The business manager for the paper, Sherry Bentz, filed the lawsuit. The Record reports defendants named in the lawsuit include the City of Marion, former Mayor David Mayfield, former Police Chief Gideon Cody, Interim Police Chief Zach Hudlin, Sheriff Jess Suarez, and Aaron Kreisner, a detective with the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Bentz alleges the warrants used to raid the Marion newspaper in August of last year were based on false statements, and officers exceeded the scope of the warrants, all of which were later withdrawn by the Marion County attorney. The Record says Bentz is the third of 5 federal lawsuits that are expected over the raid. Former reporter Deb Groover and current reporter Phyllis Zorn have already filed suits. The Record says its editor and publisher Eric Meyer is likely to file a lawsuit next. His mother, who was the paper's co-owner, died a day after officers raided her home in their investigation. Meyer says his mother's death was related to the stress of the raid.